They've done it. They declawed her. They defanged her. They castrated her. Actually, that's not very feminist of me. They her. I'm sorry. Did you see the movie? The Devil Wears Prada 2? This time it's personal. Two Devil, Two Prada. The Devil Wears Prada, the squeakquel. At this point in the video, I would say, close your browser, unplug your computer for fear of spoilers ahead, but I've already delivered you the absolute worst possible news. Piping hot bad news, fresh out the oven. They HR'd Miranda Priestly. And now you might be asking, why does this bother me? I will be honest, it's a pretty funny pitch for a skit. Miranda Priestly has to answer to HR. Vito Corleone has to answer to HR. The Joker has to answer to HR. But can you guess why it bothers me that screenwriters felt the need to extend that gag for the duration of a 119-minute film? For one thing, that's 23 minutes longer than any good movie should be. And for two things, sequel writers probably wouldn't even try to attempt that with these other guys. Your Honor, ladies and sons of ladies, the logic is not sound. To catch you up to speed, there's basically a line in the movie where someone says, well, things have changed in the corporate world since you've been here. Let's just say Miranda Priestly has to hang up her own coat now. Which makes the same amount of sense as saying, things have really changed in the meth-selling world. Cops have actually really cracked down on meth. If Walter White doesn't follow the laws, he's gonna have to do a lot of paperwork. Safe to say Walter White won't be selling meth around here anymore. Walter White does not follow the rules, nor does Miranda Priestly. I'm sorry, but who has been watching The Devil Wears Prada hoping that Miranda Priestly gets her comeuppance? We don't come to this movie fantasizing that the executive office of a top 5 publication is somehow a positive working environment. Let me check my notes here. We're watching it because it sucks in there. We're watching it because it sucks. Listen, I am here to assert that women watch The Devil Wears Prada for the same reasons that we watch Breaking Bad, The Godfather, The Sopranos. We have sat in our seats to watch a toxic working environment that is under the despotic control of a toxic, powerful person. In this case, a woman, the one female movie boss. You know, we've been noticing an uptick in the portrayal of female rage, but I wonder how many strides we've actually made in the realm of portraying female power. Quick. In your mind, think of a famous boss from a famous movie. Is it a woman? Okay. Is it Miranda Priestly? If it is, try to think of another woman. If not, please write it in the comments below. I'm trying to come up with a list that has just enough letters to fit on the new vanity plates of my car. For better or for worse, Miranda Priestly is the embodiment of something that we do not get to have in the movies. And they gagged her, my friends. The one female movie boss! They gagged her. I'm yelling and sweating about this in my kitchen because I personally believe that Meryl Streep should win some type of Lifetime Achievement Award for her portrayal of this character. You know, every decade or so a performance comes crashing through the walls that you know that they're gonna have to add to the murals in the lobbies of the AMC. And these usually aren't Oscar-winning performances because they usually come from blockbusters, but they reshape our folklore. Think about these three. Think about these guys. And actually, you know what? Think of Jack Sparrow. Let's talk about Jack Sparrow for a second. I would like to contend that, like Jack Sparrow, Meryl Streep's Miranda Priestly is one of the iconic movie characters of the post-2000s period. Here are some similarities between these two characters. Smarts! They both seem like the smartest person in the room. This is because they don't let the viewer in on what they're thinking, which gives them both an air of cleverness and mystique. Some people are good at this in real life. Some people yell about movies in their kitchen by themselves. Power. They hold all the cards. Every time that you think something is gonna go wrong for them in these movies, things end up going right for them. Probably because of some backhanded deal that they've already worked out in advance. What a neat trick. Can you imagine? That's who gets put in charge, the people who know how to work the system. I sure hope that doesn't have any kind of negative ramifications in our real society. Squeakquel stuff. Once they got sequelized, both of these characters were boiled down into these loose shadows of themselves. Jack went from clever to cartoonish, while Miranda went from being biting to boring. I'm sorry, Miss Streep, and all the creators of this film, but Miranda spends so much of this sequel looking confused and lost. Both characters also suffer from overexposure in their sequels, and the characters therefore lose that mystique that we talked about earlier. Hang on, maybe we should think about this. Since Meryl Streep's Miranda Priestly undergoes the same big box office sequel downgrade that Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow received, should we consider this a step towards equality? No! We only only had one female movie boss. They castrated her.